This is Hanley, the city centre of the potteries.
The traditions that we do have are tied up in the towns of Burslem and Longton and Tunstall. I better mention them all, and Hanley and Fenton and Stoke itself. We don't have one specific centre. Because of those 6 towns, we've had the development of 6 centres. One of them now has become very much the city centre, and that's Hanley. But the fact of life is that we're not like a circle, as many cities are, but a long, linear city, a long, narrow strip, many miles from top to bottom. Consequently, not the familiar format of other major cities in this country.
The city centre of Stoke-on-Trent is now coming of age. It's a new city centre. It has its origins, as we know it today, in the National Garden Festival in 1986, followed by the opening of the Potteries Shopping Centre in 1988. Since then, we've had massive private sector investments, grants that have funded the development of the cultural quarter, giving us the critical mass of both retail and leisure that is providing the sort of product and the sort of experience that all of those 1 million people who live within a 45-minute drive time are looking for.
Within the city centre, we have all the major retail names. Here we have C&A, we also have Marks and Spencer's, and the 90-store Pottery Shopping Centre. But also, we have another jewel in the crown, in that we have the Festival Park, Retail Park, all within the city centre. The city centre has benefited with a number of grants that have been won by the City Council, and these have really shown an improvement. There are further grants still being won by the Council, but this is a unique place, and we are still able to show development opportunities.
Founded in 1995 by a partnership between the City Council and local sponsors, City Centre Management has seen 4 years of tremendous development and improvements for all. It's a partnership committed to action. £150 million has been invested in the retail and leisure sector. £30 million in private sector refurbishment schemes. £25 million invested in the cultural quarter, with its 3 centres of performance, the Victoria Hall, the Regent and the Royal, able to attract over 500,000 visitors a year between them.
The cultural quarter is going to be one of the most exciting arts initiatives in the country. We already have the Royal, which is a well-established venue within the city. The Victoria Hall has just undergone a major multi-million-pound refurbishment. It already has one of the finest acoustics in the country, but we've now added superb facilities for our customers in terms of bars and front-of-house areas, and we've also ensured that performers have excellent facilities backstage. The programming at the Victoria Hall is very much based on it being a major city and regional centre for concerts and related performances. The Regent Theatre, which will open in September, is another multi-million-pound refurbishment of an existing building. This will be a theatre of national stature within the city and the region, where we will be presenting not only major national companies, but also top touring productions of opera, musicals, dance and plays. Having these 3 venues together at the same time is going to produce many, many, many thousands of people into the city centre who would normally not be there, and that can only be a good thing for all the ancillary facilities such as restaurants, and will build upon the regeneration of the city centre.
There's been an £8 million expansion of the Potteries Shopping Centre, providing new outlets for prestige retailers. Debenhams has arrived and is beginning a multi-million-pound fitting-out scheme.
The Potteries Shopping Centre has 551,000 square feet of retail space and more than 12 million visitors annually. The recent expansion has permitted retailers such as Debenhams and Gap to open in Hanley for the first time, and clearly this enhances the retail offer. Opportunities to acquire space in the Potteries Shopping Centre do not happen every day, and we have been inundated with inquiries for the units that are available. I believe that the Potteries Shopping Centre is an integral part of Hanley City Centre, and it is the dominant shopping centre in the region.
And the Octagon Shopping Centre has opened on Etruria Road, linking Hanley with the thriving Festival Park site.
And the city centre is a safer place to be. A national first has been achieved with the City Centre First Responder Scheme. City centre staff in key locations specially trained by the Staffordshire Ambulance Service to respond to first aid incidents with the latest equipment. The crime rate continues to fall significantly. This achieved through a combination of installing the largest and most advanced closed-circuit television network in Europe, a pioneering city centre retail crime initiative, a nationally acclaimed anti-truancy campaign, the licensed doorkeeper scheme, and the seasonal Operation Christmas Cracker. The new citywide police division has a dedicated city centre local police unit with an inspector, 5 sergeants and up to 40 officers. Lower crime rates attract more investment and bring more retailers to the Potteries. In 1998 alone, 600 new jobs were created in the centre through the arrival of new businesses.
The city of Stoke-on-Trent itself, at about 250,000 population, is a large city. It's one of the country's major cities. But what it does offer is a much larger population area around, but based upon Stoke-on-Trent. So though the city itself might be only 250,000, North Staffordshire itself adds up to around 500,000. And as soon as you take in the rest of Staffordshire and South Cheshire, and even moving very quickly across into Derbyshire and Shropshire, that 500,000 will rapidly become over 1 million population. People who see Stoke-on-Trent as the place to go for their entertainment, the place many of them go to work. So it really is one of the country's big cities in terms of the population that surrounds it, as well as that 250,000 population of people who actually live in the city.
Massive potential for growth exists here, in retail and leisure, to further attract the 1 million people who live within 40 minutes' drive of the city. 11% of the Victoria Hall's audience already come from beyond this range, and the hall met its half-year target audience figure within 2 months of opening.
If you work on this sort of 40-minute drive time for people to come in to see shows and to shop, that gives you about 900,000 people who are potential concert goers, theatre goers, shoppers around the area. Can you imagine the business for the restaurants, for the shops that open late? It's all going to be happening. I think we have a tremendous future here, and it's going to be so exciting over the next 2 years.
So what are the plans? The Drivers Jonas retail study justifies further expansion. The City Council's briefs for the East and West Precinct and City Centre West identify prime locations for development. On the John Street site, there'll be a multi-screen cinema, 2 nightclubs and 7 restaurants and cafes, with £2 million spent on the adjoining John Street and Birch Terrace car parks to bring them up to AA Gold standard.
2 further nightclubs and 3 bistros are planned, with the possibility of new park and ride developments from the A500 at Etruria. To improve traffic flow, the first phase of an advanced transport telematics scheme will be installed on the northern approaches to the city centre.
And a Euro-funded £1.5 million public realm improvement scheme will enhance the entire cultural quarter and its approaches.
We are now being presented with the best opportunity that we have to bring us in line with other major cities. We are the 11th largest conurbation in the country, and I see absolutely no reason now why we can't match them across the shopping front, the entertainment front, and that widens out the opportunities for everyone, from newspapers right through to people putting on entertainment, shopping, retail, absolutely everything.
To continue the acclaimed provision of events and entertainment, further European funds have recently been won for a city centre performing arts and street entertainment scheme with 2 full-time organisers. The city centre is busier and brighter than ever before.
The city is developing and working hard to extend its manufacturing base, which is inevitably based on the pottery industry, hence the title of the Potteries, into a major area for industrial development and indeed for tourism. As a result of that industrial heritage, some 2.6 million visitors come to Stoke-on-Trent each year. That compares favourably with major tourist attractions such as Stratford-on-Avon. People come to the city, they stay in the city, they visit adjacent attractions such as Alton Towers, which are very easy to get to from Stoke-on-Trent. They visit the Peak District, but they come, stay, spend money as visitors and tourists in Stoke-on-Trent in huge numbers, getting bigger every year.
Stoke-on-Trent has a wonderful future, an amazing future. We have had some incredible things that have happened in the last 5 years. We've won lottery bids, we've run government funding, and that is helping to develop our city. We have a wonderful workforce of people, very friendly people, and I just think the future is rosy. And all I can say to anybody who's watching this video, come and have a look at us, come and see for yourself.
As far as those who live and work in the city, the major characteristic is the friendliness of the people. They really are the most hospitable people that I know, and anyone who comes to Stoke-on-Trent, visits the Potteries, will go away remarking on the warm welcome they've received from the people of Stoke-on-Trent.
The city centre, Stoke-on-Trent. A better, safer place to be. Through partnership with the Sentinel, Stoke-on-Trent City Centre Management now has its own website. Contact us now on www.stokecitycentre.com or telephone us on 01782 233 801.